for a moose on fire. Beware the thighs of Marge. Friends, Romanians, countrymen. Friends, Hungarians. Diary of William Shakespeare, Christmas Eve, 1593. Marlowe was dead to begin with. There's no doubt whatever about that. 6 months ago in a tavern in Deptford, he had, as usual, tried to stick his table mates with the tab. But instead, this time, they had stuck him with a knife. And so, I was never to see my rival poet again. The plague started raging through London, shutting us down just as Richard III was breaking all box office records. Our coffers are now empty, and only a miracle could save the theatre from permanent closure. Too embarrassed to show up at home empty-handed, I face this Christmas Eve alone. Completely alone. Bereft of any intellectual companionship, able to stimulate my dried-up pen. Yes, Christmas is dead, along with Kit Marlowe and perhaps the theatre herself. Maybe it's time to return to an honest profession like suing my neighbours or poaching deer. Richard, what are you burning?
Oh, nothing important, Will. Just correspondences with theatre managers, old receipts, bills of sale, rough drafts, foul papers all, I assure you. Here's one where you were practicing your signature.
Go ahead, burn it. At this rate, no one will remember my name at all, let alone that I changed the spelling 30 times to escape my creditors. Maybe it's best to let it all burn, collect the insurance money, go back to the country and resign myself to the wretched existence of family life.
I don't know, Will. At least you have a family. A soft bed, the same loving woman every night.
True, there is nothing better than the same loving woman every night. Except when she happens to be my wife.
What about this one? Love's Labour's One.
Go ahead, burn it. Pretty sure I got another copy somewhere. Where did I go wrong, Dickie? I had a foolproof plan.
What plan, Will?
I sent a missive to the Queen herself, praising her love of the arts, and letting her know that I intend to rewrite the ending of Richard III so that it culminates in a procession of kings leading up to Queen Elizabeth's coronation.
What for?
Because I've seen the future, Dick. Royal patronage. That's where the real money is. Not these tuppence tickets, the grungy groundlings packed like urine-soaked sardines into a wooden O. But it's been months, still no reply from Her Majesty. Every day I've hoped and waited for a messenger to arrive.
Probably would have been a well-dressed fella, huh? Big floppy hat, hardly any mud on him at all.
Floppy hat, Dick.
I'm sorry, Will. It came just before dinner, and I was going to give it to you, I swear, but, well, you know, things come up and I forgot. And I know what you're like when you get upset.
It came just before dinner.
Yeah.
We haven't had dinner yet, so you must have been dinner yesterday?
Dinner All Hallows Eve. I found it just now in the pocket of my ratty old costume.
I understand things come up.
Yeah.
Like November, December. Richard, this is a letter from the Queen.
Is it good news, Elise?
Oh, yes, Richard, it is good news indeed. See, the Queen liked my idea. In fact, she liked it so much, she commissioned me to write and produce it just for her, with a few seasonal changes.
Well, that's wonderful. But the theatres are closed.
Oh, she wants us to perform it at her palace at Whitehall.
I'm going to get to play Whitehall? I'm going to get to play Whitehall! I'm going to get to play Whitehall! I'm going to... Wait, when am I going to get to play Whitehall?
On Twelfth Night.
It's 12th night.
This 12th night.
Will, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 nights from now! Surely Her Majesty wouldn't expect even a genius like you to write a play in so little time?
No, but this letter is dated October 30th, which would have given me how long?
1, 2, 3...
Stop! 67 days. We're ruined. Haven't written a thing in months.
I'm sorry, Will. Truly.
That's all right. Guess it's just fate. So fortune's fickle finger flips me off.
That's good. Well?
Well, what?
Don't you want to know what my disguise was for All Hallows Eve? People are still talking about it 2 months later.
Very well, Richard. What was your Halloween costume?
I was a plague victim, Will. But not a living one. An undead one.
Undead.
Yeah, you know, like they were dead, but then they come back to life. To roam the streets like Lazarus. Undead. Well, what do you think?
Dick, your undead antics have resulted in this royal letter unread, comic quips unsaid, tragic tears unshed, and our entire troupe of actors unfed. I hope you're bloody well satisfied.
Sir Shakespeare, a Mr. Tosspot and a Mr. Stench are here to see you. It's about a financial matter.
Send them in, Al.
Oh, Mr. Shakespeare, this will only take a minute of your time. I'm Mr. Tosspot, and this is Mr. Stench. We of the South Bank Society for the Prevention of Poverty and Pernicious Penury are seeking the charity and generosity of the business owners in our fair community. We at the SBSP know that times are hard, but asks those to remember them even less fortunate than themselves.
Gentlemen, you are indeed the answer to my prayers. Now, these businesses, have they been very generous this blessed holiday season?
Indeed, Governor. God has moved them to understand that good fortune comes from above.
Much is to be expected from those to whom much has been given. Will this amount be acceptable? It is, of course, merely a suggestion.
Gentlemen, I cannot express to you how thankful I am for the work you are doing. Dick, here we are wallowing in our misery while these two men, nay, two angels, are labouring for the lowest of us. Restores one's faith in humanity.
Honestly, Mr. Shakespeare, this is a surprise. Mr. Stench and I have heard of your genius in poetry, but also of your, well, how shall I put it? Your,
Stingy.
your shrewdness in business.
Aye, like using them rotten heads of traitors and criminals up on London Bridge as free advertising for your plays. If you think this is bad, head to the theatre. And 2 heads for the price of 1.
That was rather good, wasn't it? Well, gentlemen, we as artists, nay, as fellow social workers, whose calling it is to raise the spirits of all those who have so little to hope for, thank you.
What's this then?
I think it's written legibly.
Yeah, bite it.
An official receipt for this most generous gift that the SBSPPP has bestowed upon this most humble poet of genius. Not to be forward, but when can we expect the funds?
Sir, the money that's been raised to be given to those who have nothing.
Exactly.
To those what cannot house, clothe or feed themselves.
Are there no workhouses? Is the debtors' prison still in operation?
They are still.
Oh, you hear that, Richard? We'll have some place to go once the theatre folds.
So you have nothing to give?
Alas, sir, nothing can come from nothing.
Well, on behalf of the SBSPPP, I bid you a very happy Christmas. Come Come, Mr. Stench.
Indeed, Mr. Tosspot.
Bugger all. To write a letter to the Queen, and let her know we are no longer a going concern. And after that, I'll have to write to my wife and let her know I need her to make up the second best bed.
What for?
She's got to sleep somewhere.
We're closing down?
Thanks to you, yes.
Will,
Go.
Will,
Pack. Now. All right, let's see. Time for a grovelling apology. O marvellous monarch, mighty and esteemed. Perhaps a classical reference next. Before you, Phoebus' orb is all but, oh bloody hell, creamed, esteemed. I'll get back to it. A royal play commissioned by thy hand, but Burbage buggered up the whole damn plan. No, seriously, I can't say that. That's you, Nick. A royal play commissioned by thy hand, de-dum, and something rhymes with hand.
William.
Hang on, Dick, I'm in the middle of a stanza here.
William.
Not now, Richard. Ah!
William Shakespeare.
Good Lord, Christopher Marlowe!
I walked these bloody...
You're dead! And a ghostly apparition.
I walked these bloody stairs, hauling all my manuscripts without any help. And you don't even say hello.
Oh, Spirit, I see now that you have returned from the dead to warn me and my fellow playwrights away from your life of dissolution, alcohol, tobacco, and profligate sex with any available gender. What? Poor Spirit, you now burn in eternal hell and you don't want your friends to suffer the same fate. Well, that's brilliant!
Will, I'm not a ghost.
Kit, you died 6 months ago, stabbed in a brothel in Deptford.
No, I faked my death so I could continue working incognito on my plays.
Ridiculous.
Really? More ridiculous than believing in ghosts.
Given how much you enjoyed drawing attention to yourself while you were alive, I find it ridiculous that you try to work incognito on anything. Ergo, it's more likely you're dead. What do you want with me? He asked the spirit.
Very funny, Will. In any case, the reason I've stealthily come to see you.
Much, the phantasm replied.
You see, I threatened the Puritans with my political and artistic stances. They're out to get me where they could.
Who are you? He cried. Ask me who I was, the phantom replied in a sepulchral voice. I'm on a roll here.
Not that I took them seriously, but Will, this is top secret. I've long been in the pay of the Secret Service.
Kit, I find it hard to concentrate while you're talking.
And I thought it best to make the Puritans think I'd snuffed it.
Did I just hear you say you faked your own death to escape the Puritans?
Well, you faked your own residency in Stratford to escape the tax collector.
I did not! Wait, how do you know about that?
You've got quite a file. You should thank me, Will. I threw the tax man off your trail by changing your official description in the government records. According to the Office of the Chancery, the Treasury, and the militia are now a balding man with a mullet, a huge forehead, and a ridiculous goatee. Look, I want to keep writing, but now that everyone thinks I'm dead, I need someone else to sign their name to take it to the printer, basically shepherding my manuscripts and ensuring that they get performed. As my greatest friend, I should hope, my colleague, you will, of course...
Kit, no! I will not pass off your new works as my own.
Why not?
2 reasons. First of all, you're not that good.
Excuse me.
Your characters are one-dimensional and your sensational shock plots wore thin a couple of years ago. I'm sorry, Kit. I'm being honest with you because you're my friend and because you're dead.
What's the second reason?
You're dead. The London Crier said, the villain repeatedly stabbed Marlowe with his mighty dagger and made the beast howl till he could see no more.
Well, that's what it said. Journalists today, they turn everything into bawdy puns.
Nonetheless, some lowlife literally stabbed you fatally in the eye.
No. Don't you see? It was a cover story. Although, now that you mention it, for the past few months I have frequently had a splitting headache.
You think about it. I'm busy. Your visit has given me an idea. If I rewrite Richard III so that his victims' ghosts try to save the king's soul the night before the Battle of Bosworth Field, I don't even have to add new characters. Oh, Buckingham, what must I do to escape your fate? You will be haunted by 2, 4, 3 spirits.
I'm all packed. Shall I put out the fire? I'll just go, then. Happy Christmas, Will.
Where are you going? We've got work to do. Send out messages to the troupe. Oh, and hire that new actor, Charlie, what's-his-name, who's been buying us drinks at the Mermaid. I understand he can sing. You will be playing Whitehall on Twelfth Night. You'll be reprising your performance of Richard Crookback.
You're doing Richard III as a holiday show for the Queen?
No, that would be stupid. It's a spin-off of Richard III.
I still don't see what Tricky Ricky has to do with the holiday season.
Look, you don't worry about that. I'll have a list of props and costumes by tomorrow morning.
Will, tomorrow is Christmas Day.
Bah. Oh, sorry. You want all day off tomorrow, I suppose?
This is quite convenient.
It is not convenient, but it will give me one day to write the first 2 scenes. Be here all the earlier the next day. And if this play is the success I think it will be, no actor will ever get Christmas Day off again. It was the eve of the Battle of Bosworth Field, a hot August night. It was the night before Christmas, 1485. While King Richard slept, the undead came alive.
Sorry about that. Can't blow my cover, so couldn't let Burbage see me.
He can't. You're a figment of my imagination.
As I said, Will, I'm not really dead. I've been hiding on the continent and only just now returned. Till a few days ago, I was living under an assumed name as a sausage monger in Hamburg.
Bah, Hamburg. I don't believe it. Will, you're an undigested bit of beef.
Will!
I will not forge the plays you wrote in life. Dick.
Do you call?
What? No.
Oh.
My Lord Mayor, I'm afraid the Queen will defend the theatres from this new law. She does not see that cesspool of depravity for what it truly is. A cesspool of depravity. May God forgive her, but she has been seduced by it all. The plays, players, and playhouses.
Yes, and don't forget you pledged to uphold the Puritans' oath of office. This law is only the beginning. Our cabal, the House of Lords, has promised to block every bill, including raising the Queen's outstanding debt. If she wishes to live so lavishly, she will bow to our demands. I trust you will do your part.
Of course, Lord Mayor. Once we have removed the playhouses, I would like to turn next to the problem of London's Mudshoot district, which I understand is seething with dens of iniquity.
Indeed.
Including even an illicit flagellation parlour known as the Iron Codpiece.
Disgraceful!
My Lord Edward de Vere, Viscount Birlebeck, and Earl of Oxford.
My Lord Henry Carey, Earl of Hudson, and Baron Bonnocks!
Oh, that's Oxford! Bush and Bull! Welcome to Whitehall. I'm so glad you got my invitation. It'll be like our old Cambridge days all over again.
Bollocks, thank you ever so much. But do you think it'll do any good? All my previous attempts to woo Her Majesty have failed utterly.
Look, I know my cousin Lizzie. Let me tell you. Stick with me, and you'll be king by 12th night. Come along, Eddie. I believe it's time for a drink. Out of curiosity, how are your finances these days?
Oh, not that well, actually. Though my Uncle Philemon is lingering near death from a tragic croquet accident. So I may inherit several thousand acres and become the largest landowner in Britain.
Really?
Yes.
Let's talk a bit more down in the wine cellar about your business interests, liquidity, etc. Speaking of liquidity, while we're headed there, let's head to the head. Plague on India. The detour shall be short. Unlike my Willie.
I thank you for answering my summons. I hate to bore you with such trivial matters, but I require another load of £20,000.
My queen, I'm afraid this sum is quite beyond that to which the merchants have agreed.
Very well, then I'll be quite satisfied with 10,000.
10,000, your majesty, is still quite high.
You're not suggesting go down to 5, are you? 4, 3, 2, £2,000.
£2, actually. I'm sorry, your majesty, but taking into account the merchant's loan to you from last month, and the one from the month before that, and the 12 from last year, your treasury has managed to pay back, let's see, 20,628. Ah, yes, none of it. Leaving you in debt a sum total of £43,275. Sorry, £77. 5 shillings, 6pence, and 1 farthing.
They are my subjects. I can command them to give me the money.
Indeed, my queen, they are your subjects, but they have loaned you all they had as of several months ago. So we have had to seek loans abroad. Holland, in fact. Since the start of the year, the Low Countries have been providing all the funds. And alas, my empress, the Dutch are not your subjects.
Well, can't we conquer them? Then they would be my subjects too.
That would require money for the British Navy, your majesty. And I doubt the Dutch would loan the funds for an assault on their own country. Besides which, they are our allies. It'd be unseemly for English seamen to invade the nether regions.
Oh, Hatton, just the person.
My queen,
The Lord Mayor has been trying to explain some rather tiresome trivialities to me. I was wondering if you would speak with his lordship, explain our situation to him, and clear up the mess. There's a good man. You can take your time. I really don't need the money until tomorrow.
Your majesty,
Lord Mayor, Lord Hatton will wait for you in the solarium. He will join you presently.
My queen, you realize any funds I manage to extricate from the city will require certain concessions be made to the Lord Mayor.
Oh, very well. Whatever it takes. Go. What are you waiting for?
Your Majesty, a certain William Shakespeare.
Why didn't you tell me the players had arrived? Bring them in!
Your Majesty, I wanted to prepare you for these unwashed heathen who may not behave properly in your esteemed presence.
Don't get your garters in a knot, Hatton. Come in! Oh, Mr. Shakespeare! I am delighted to meet you in the flesh at last. Welcome to Whitehall.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
And who have we here?
This is Richard Burbage, our leading man.
Leading man. Well. Oh! I'm delighted to meet such a puissant member of your troupe.
Why, thank you, Your Majesty. Mr. Burbage, you will bow and spit into the Queen.
Oh, Hattie, it's Christmas time. Loosen your ruff a bit. If you must rebuke someone, I think the Lords of Oxford and Bollocks are in my royal undercroft, playing dominoes.
Dominoes? The devilishly dotted tiles of Satan!
Don't forget to talk to the mayor. Pay no mind to the Lord Chancellor. He is a kind of Puritan, but he keeps the royal household in order, and someone has to rein in Lord Bollocks?
I'm not familiar with Bollocks. Where is that exactly?
Somewhere in the lower Midlands. He's my cousin Carey. He really isn't suited to statesmanship, but he finds avoiding all his duties quite exhausting. Perhaps your revels are just the thing to perk him up.
We will endeavour to please your majesty.
Though I have to say, I rather agree with him. Ruling is such tedious work. I mean, how much intercourse can you have in one day? Wow! Make yourselves at home, set up in practice, rehearse, joust, sing, whatever you need to do. I so look forward to the festivities. See you anon, my thespians.
Goodbye, Your Majesty.
I believe she meant social intercourse, Richard. Talking, chairing conferences, greeting diplomats.
I think she likes me, Will.
Of course she likes you. You're shiny and new. She hasn't conquered you yet.
I beg your pardon?
The key to keeping favour with Queen Lizzie is to maintain unfulfilled desire. Hold out hope, but never yield to her requests.
Will, she is our virgin queen.
Oh, please, Richard. Her father was King Henry VIII. Big Hal's hot blood runs amok in Elizabeth. How many wives did he have?
3 Catherines, 2 Annes, 1 Jane.
6. And how many mistresses?
I don't have that many fingers.
What did those who yielded to Hunky Hank have in common? Lost heads.
Are you implying that our queen...
No, go ahead. Name a few of her former favourites who haven't ended up in hot water.
Sir Walter Raleigh.
Tower of London, 18 months.
Robert Earl of Essex.
Currently cannon fodder for French papists.
Sir Francis Drake.
Retired to the West Indies,
Well, that's not so bad.
where he died of dysentery.
Lord, woman's a black widow.
Ah, that's the cast coming in.
Make way for Her Majesty the Queen.
The Queen.
My dear subjects.
You're not the Queen!
I am on stage.
How dare you!
Ah, Lord Hatton. I see you have met our actors. Lou, Jaques, Aloysius, and the newest member of our troupe, Charlie.
Lord Hatton, oh shit, was Al's idea for me to impersonate the Queen.
He's not bad, is he? Reminds me of my own wife, when she still had teeth. Charlie here's gonna play all our lady parts.
Only until my beard comes in.
Charlie will be rounding out our cast for King Richard's Twelfth Night revels.
Were it my decision, Twelfth Night would be stripped from the calendar entirely, along with Christmas.
No Christmas?
What's Christmas but a time for finding yourself a year older on earth, but not an hour richer in heaven? In this time of the Saviour's birth, mankind should silently contemplate its sinful nature and not rejoice in bacchanalian celebration.
Rather like Lent. All year round. What fun, yay!
I'll find someone to show you to your rooms. Follow me. At least 10 paces behind, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I will tolerate your presence here no longer than is absolutely necessary. The quicker you are in and out and done, the better you will please Her Majesty.
That's not what I've heard.
Come, Mr. Stench. The South Bank Society for the Prevention of Poverty and Pernicious Penury seeks the charity and generosity of all of the members of our fair community. Therefore, it is only right and just that we also visit the Queen.
I don't know, Mr. Toastpot. Just take a whiff of this place.
I think it smells rather nice.
Exactly, it ain't natural.
The doorman told us to wait here, and wait we shall. That's the Lord Mayor.
You're right. My lord! My lord!
Yes. Beg pardon, my lord, but we of the South Bank Society have been trying to meet with you at your office for the past 4 fortnight, but your secretary kept turning us away.
I'm sure if your secretary had known of the true plight of the poor
My
and
secretary was acting upon my instructions.
on your... Well, why?
I represent the guilds and merchants of this city, who pay taxes and create jobs. If the poor wish to better their position in life, they must work. Good day.
But they cannot work. Many would rather die than work dangerous jobs for such low wages.
But if they would rather die, they had better do it, and decrease the non-taxable population. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a meeting with the Lord High Chancellor.
Bloody mare! Him and his big man house! Meanwhile, the snipes are sleeping 20 to a gutter!
Up high in the tower, a plank for a bed, the little Lord Princess asleep and unfed. When King Richard's henchmen looked down at their prey, the little Lord Princess would never see death.
Excuse me. Aren't you employed by Mr. Shakespeare?
Why, yes, but we are guests of Her Majesty.
Cheap bastard.
I'm sorry.
Pay him no mind. Mr. Stench is in a bit of a nasty mood.
As if it weren't enough for him and his ilk to steal from the mouths of mothers and wee ones. Now the Queen's pining to stay here.
Master Shakespeare is a creative genius, and we'll work an honest day for the pleasure of the crowd.
What about the honest work of them that's paying, eh? Going into the pockets of your ticket sellers and your ale hawkers, rather than going home to their wives and families.
Now, Mr. Stench, stand down.
Do you think your navvies, your dustmen, your rag sellers have the luxury to see theatre and feed their families? Oh no, lad. They has to choose. And while you're enjoying their drunken applause, somewhere out there in the streets of London, their children going without supper.
Come, Mr. Stench.
If that is true, gentlemen, then it is no fault of ours. Most do not merely come for a pint and a grope. They come to see a vision of a better world. For a mere twopence, the poor in spirit come into our house, where we clothe them in dreams of a better life, where love is found, wrongs are avenged, and justice is done. For a few hours, they find relief from present pains, hope and tomorrow, and joy in all that it is to be human. While they may not have been born great, they gain the hope that they might someday achieve greatness, or have greatness thrust upon them.
Ah, gentlemen of the South Bank Society, if I recall correctly. I know that the people have had a hard year of it, what with the plague raging until late fall. I made sure that the Crown will disperse its usual donation this year. And I will double it from my own purse.
That is very kind-hearted of you, my lord.
One does not forget the poverty of one's youth so easily. And I can assure you that soon play actors will no longer deprive families of their hard-earned coin.
My lord?
Parliament is going to purge the evils of theatre from our midst, my friends.
So it's true. The AEA.
Aye, the AEA.
Ha! Enjoy while you can, stage strutter. Thank you, my lord.
Farewell, my lord. And God bless you.
I must say, lad, that I'm not an aficionado of your evocation, but that speech you just gave was quite moving.
Thank you, my lord. My lord, if I may ask, what is the AEA?
Ah, the Actors' Expulsion Act. It will outlaw theatre in England to protect the poor from spending what little money they have on vice and iniquity, allowing them to work all the harder to raise themselves out of penury and debt.
Why not just pay them more and let them decide how to spend their free time?
Free time? More pay? What ideas you have. No, I'm glad to say that the Expulsion Act will put an end to your profession once and for all. But a talented young man such as yourself may still have a future, what would you say to a position at court?
But that has been my dream since I was a little boy. I thought acting would teach me to speak clearly and eloquently, to bear myself nobly, and to dress oh so beautifully, and to fight with a sword like a true courtier.
My boy, I'm not offering you a knighthood. I only need a page of swords.
My lord, why would you bestow this honor on me?
Because, my boy, loath as I am to admit it, I have need of your particular skill set.
Skill set?
You see, I need to learn to woo. To wit.
To woo?
You do know how to woo, don't you?
I do. Can woo? Who do you wish to woo?
I am in love with one noble-born and, like myself, a virgin.
You're in love with the Queen?
I'm in love with them, yes. There is precedence for it. The Lady of Scratchy wed a butcher.
Yes, but I'm told she married him merely for his spectacular sausage. I'm sorry, my lord. Much as I would like the job, I cannot help you in this. I beg your leave, I must return to the troop.
But for how much longer? Under my employ, you would be in a position to escape the fate destined for your deviant player friends.
What I meant was, I'm not sure I can help you in this matter. We must make her fall in love with you. We must arouse her interest slowly.
Arouse?
Inflame her desire.
Inflame?
Excite her blood. Then reveal herself to you only when she can bear it no more.
Yes. How?
Send me on errands to her. I will drop little notes, remark on your better qualities, and I guarantee you will quickly see her desire for you appear.
When can you start?
It's tomorrow, after rehearsal. I may continue acting, at least until Twelfth Night, may I not, my lord?
Yes, it's probably for the best. A novel she takes delight in such barren rascals. But after the performance, there will be no more of this dressing up. You will be completely mine. Understood?
Yes, sir. Lord Hatton.
In private, you may call me Christopher, lad.
Christopher.
The dimming of our shining star, but none can help our harms by wailing them. It's Christmas time!
We're dreaming of a white old Christmas, just like the ones with good Queen Bess. With the hay and the hoe, the wind and the snow.
Though my dagger gave his dad eternal rest. I sense that I shall be a sleeper tonight. Now is the Christmas of my discontent.
Who are you? Ask me who I was.
Bloody parlor game at this hour. All right, who were you?
In life I helped you to your throne.
Ah, Thomas, my formerly tardy and hopeless, and now late and headless valet.
I was the last who felt thy tyranny.
Are you the recently disemboweled Gaston, who, up until tonight's unpleasantly cold soup, was my personal chef.
I'm Buckingham, you miserable, withered, hunchback toad. And I'm not alone. Behold your nephews.
We two princes are in a tower, by King Richard when he sees power. Uncle Richard's nothing, your nephews wasn't your finest hour.
Ha ha! Music! La 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 la. La. If music be the food of love, then
Play on.
Oh, spirit of Buckingham, show me no more.
Disgraceful!
Play off. Take E5, lads.
Thank you,
five.
Come, my lords. What can I do for you?
Have you seen Baron Bollocks? He just now entered this drawing room.
Ah, if he is the ruddy-complexioned peer who just now interrupted our rehearsal, I believe you will find him over there, asleep in his own vomit.
My lord of Bollocks, are you mad? Have you no wit, manners, nor honesty but to make an alehouse of your queen's palace in front of these wretched players? Is there no respect of place, persons, nor time in you?
the butler. Another stew of wine. What's wrong with your face, Adam? You've been sucking lemons again.
You see, my Lord Mayor? Why, Her Majesty's own cousin has been corrupted by these thespian endeavours into a riotous bacchanalian orgiastic overindulgence. I assure you that if the Queen's loan is secured, I will ensure such temptations are no longer available to ensnare the weak.
Indeed, Lord Hatton, indeed. I think we are in agreement, and I am confident the Guildhall will be more receptive to the Queen's request. Good day, Lord Hatton. Good day, Lord Bollocks. And, you lot.
You hear that, Bollocks? The days of your excesses are numbered. You are a disgrace to the Queen.
Pox on you, you glorified chambermaid! Ah! Hello. Who are you?
William Shakespeare, and you must be the Baron Bollocks.
William? Oh, yes! Oh, thank God, actors! Someone with some life in them. Thank you. Oh, and you must be Dick Burbage.
My lord?
Oh, comedy of theirs, Love's Labours 1, Love's Labours 2.
I'm not sure that's the one.
And Dr. Faustus, that was wonderful.
That was Marlowe, but I'll let him know you enjoyed it.
Wasn't he stabbed to death?
Oh, quite, but unfortunately I can't seem to get rid of him so easily.
Sir, what was Lord Chamberpot going on about back there with Lord Stuffed Shirt of London?
Lord Chamberlain. Oh, Lord Hatton. He was saying how you have no wits, no manners, no sense
After that!
Lord Hatton was saying something about putting an end to the thespianic origins of orgies. But come to think of it, I haven't had much luck one-on-one, let alone where orgies are concerned.
They're up to something that will spoil my fun. But what? Oh, I know. This calls for a drink to, clear the mind. No, didn't help. But I bet someone in the House of Lords knows what the score is.
But, my lord, aren't you yourself a lord?
Yes, I am. The bloody hell does that have to do with anything?
My lord, I think Dick here is under the mistaken impression that most lords actually bother to show up in the House of Lords.
Oh, St. Bernard's trousers. No, no, no. I can't stand all of that droning on and on about laws and bills and taxes. No, what we need is to find some poncy idiot who actually attends once in a while. Hey. Wait. Where did Devere go? Eddie! Eddie!
Hello? Oh, you're all right. Thank God.
May I present Lord Edward, 16th?
17th?
Sorry, 17th Earl of Oxford. Eddie, this is William Shakespeare.
St. Nicholas. No, not the William Shakespeare of the Great Theatre. Bollocks here and I have seen all of your plays. Splendid.
Thank you.
I'm a bit of a poet myself, you know.
Really, my lord? Have you written for the stage?
Yes, actually. I've got one play started about a magical chicken. Not sure how it ends, though.
Dinner?
Love to!
Eddie, you wouldn't happen to have attended a session at the House of Lords recently, would you?
Oh, yes. I was there yesterday, actually. Those dreadful Puritans tried to put forth a bill to restrict the import of feathery caps from Italy. I had to be there so I could put my largely clad foot solidly down. I mean, can you imagine the nerve?
That's not it. Were they discussing anything else?
Oh, let's see. Yes. Something or other having to do with feeding and clothing poor people? Couldn't support that. I mean, what are they going to do with food and clothing? Have you ever seen a peasant at a feast or a fancy dress party? Talk about government waste.
Anything else?
Oh, yes, I forgot. This is something I did vote for, actually. The Lord Mayor's party promised to drop the Italian hat embargo as long as I supported him on something or other involving actors. You would have no doubt found it interesting. Wait, I can't remember the details. Be it resolved that the sinful stage be banished from the city, all of the theatres locked up, and their satanic practitioners wrapped in the tower. Oh dear.
The Queen will never allow that bill to become law.
That's not what the Lord Mayor said.
I'm sorry?
Well, he said that the Crown is indebted to the City of London to the tune of some £40,000, and so future loans would be suspended unless she agreed to close all of the theatre.
So that's it. We're all out of a job because a few overzealous religious nuts don't like our plays.
That's about it, my good man. Oh no.
Oh, what is it?
I think I just got silver for the first time in 6 years. Quick, Eddie, to the tavern! Master Shakespeare, as soon as I've regained my proper state of inebriation, I promise I will help you in any way I can. Quick, Eddie, I'm beginning to see straight!
Well, it looks like we're in another theatrical pickle, Will.
We'll have to deal with all that later. We have a more immediate cucumber in a quandary. Gather up the actors and take them somewhere else to rehearse. While I write. Need a few hours of peace and quiet, stay a couple of scenes ahead of you. And now I have the dubious honour of writing what may be the swan song for our entire industry.
I know. Lou, Aloysius, follow me. Wait, where's Charlie?
I haven't seen him since break started.
Will, if Charlie shows up, tell him we're rehearsing with Jake Quees down the hall. 15th door on the left.
If you're looking for me, I'll be upstairs in the mezzanine, banging my head on a writing desk.
Are you ready to meet the Queen and help me win her affection?
I am, as they say, loaded, cocked, and ready to fire, my lord.
The Queen is a delicate creature. Do not speak such baseness before her. Her Majesty's body is a holy vessel of worship. It will be no easy task to induce her to love me.
Trust me, my lord, I think I know the naughty passages through a woman's heart. Poets trade in love, and as merchants do, map the peaks and valleys of the feminine continent. Their masts are slowly raised and sweetly blown into uncharted delights, traversing the Silk Road to paradise and back.
Dear God in heaven, you cannot speak like that before the Queen.
I speak merely in geographic metaphors.
Oh, I see. I see. She comes, my Queen.
Oh, cross damn it! This bodice is too loose. The royal pairs might be making an unscheduled appearance. Hattie cinch me?
Your Majesty, I will
Allow
comment.
me, Your Majesty.
Ooh!
Majesty, this is my new part-time page, Charles. He is currently a player, but seeks to better himself.
Oh, player, eh? Very well, you may touch my royal pairs, son.
Majesty.
Majesty, I have the morning's correspondences, the most recent list of creditor requests, and today's marriage proposals.
How many proposals?
3.
Only 3?
Most of Europe is currently covered in ice, Your Majesty.
No.
As for the bills...
Oh, Hattie, must we work all the time? Oh, this is a time to celebrate. Oh! To enjoy oneself. Oh! There it is. Perfect. Finally, I can't breathe again. Well done, young man. Majesty.
My Queen, I had hoped to leave you with Charles to sign these whilst I go see about your loans from the Lord Mayor. As you'll be seeing more of my page, I thought it proper to introduce you and to assure you that his words are my words, and you may trust him as you trust me.
Very well, Hattie. Paperwork precedes pleasure. Come along, young man, next to my privy chambers.
Oh!
That tickles, Majesty. Such a large group here. This is Dr. Here. Yes, Dr. Here. And here. So tell me about yourself. Charlie Shaw, for example. Majesty.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I am the one asking the questions.
Are you?
Another vagrant actor wandering the Queen's halls.
Another sexually repressed religious zealot.
How dare you! Do you know who I am?
Besides a sexually repressed religious zealot?
I am the Queen's High Chancellor.
That is what you do, sir. It has nothing to do with who you are.
Before I have you thrown in the tar for impersonating a philosopher, tell me just who do you think you are?
I'm nothing. I've plumbed the depths of my soul and found that there isn't one. But you, sir, still labor under the false impression that you exist. It must be terribly frustrating.
I'm calling a god. God! Actors. You any good?
I've been told so, but flattery in the bedroom is like a lawyer's defense. You know, it's only the version of the truth he wants you to hear, but he gets you off.
I'm not good as an actor!
No, I'm not an actor. I am a poet.
Page over. Ouch.
Poet? Even worse. You fill the minds of men with fabricated illusion. All poets are liars! And all liars are the devil's. God?
On the contrary, all poets are gods.
Blasphemy!
Would you agree that we are all created in the image of God?
Well, yes,
And
I
our
would.
hearts and minds are but a reflection of God's purest form?
Yes, of course,
Picture
but...
a beautiful woman. A specific woman. We praise any sculptor for carving rough stone into the curve of her hips, but she has merely caught her physical form. We revere any painter who can capture the light in the dancing eyes on canvas, but he has depicted only her outward reflection. The poet, however, looks to the essence of the woman herself. And in describing her beauty, he sees the mind of God. His words are the words of God revealed.
Heretic.
Besides, sonnets have the best pickup lines.
I want him arrested.
Huzzah!
Him.
Sir?
The man... You just passed him!
I didn't see anyone, sir.
You can't miss him. He went that way. Go! Oh.
Signed, sealed, and delivered. With a kiss.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Majesty, my page leave you satisfied?
Well, not completely satisfied, but it was only our first go-round. I'm sure I'll find him quite upstanding before the week is out. Send him to me again tomorrow.
And he said nothing, I hope, that offended Your Majesty.
Offended? Oh, no. He did speak highly of you, Hattie. Indeed, I could get him to speak of little else.
Oh? What, if I may ask, did he say?
It wasn't what he said, my sweet Hattie. It was how he said it. You know, I think he may be a bit in love with you. That would complicate things.
With me?
Yes, it was a bit of a surprise to me, too. But you can hardly blame him. Innocent young man, fresh from the country, whisked into the magic of the court, hired by a powerful man, a tower of rectitude and authority.
Oh, Your Majesty!
But send him to me again tomorrow and we'll see which way is up. What fun! Thank you, Hattie.
Oh.
You supplied the greatest entertainment for the rebels. Look at me, I'm giddy. Even so quickly may one catch the plague. Oh, well, let it be.
Is she gone?
What did you say to her about me?
Only the truth, my lord. If she will love you, she must see what I see. If I may ask, are you quite sure you really know the Queen?
She is virtue itself.
You don't think maybe you've put her on a bit of a pedestal?
Shouldn't I? Why? What would you do?
I treat the Virgin Queen as simply woman and not an angel. But worship is not love. You cannot love a thing you cannot touch. An angel does not want nor need a man to satisfy. So God made man and woman naked and not afraid. Were I the Queen, the man who taught me to forget my rule would be the ruler of my heart.
Make no compare between yourself and Her Majesty.
But I know
What dost thou know?
that there's no difference between a woman's heart and my own.
Tomorrow you're to the Queen again.
As you wish, my lord.
He might do much.
Kids? Kids? Where are you? Kids? Will, you are raving mad.
All true poets are a bit mad.
Oh, yeah, you are.
So, have you heard about the Puritans' plan to close us all down?
You were serious about them wanting you dead, weren't you?
I wouldn't need to be hiding now if I weren't.
You're not hiding, Kit. You're dead as a doornail.
What's dead about a doornail? What do you mean a coffin nail? Or perhaps
Kit, what am I going to do?
get someone to spy on the mayor. Everyone's got a skeleton in their closet. Where are the closets? Why not under their floor?
No, not the mayor, the play! I'm stumped again. You started this whole bloody thing the moment you appeared. Like it or not, dead or not, you are my muse. So give me something to work with, for while I may not be able to save the theatre, I can at least save Christmas.
Which Christmas?
Which Christmas? Which Christmas do you bloody well think I mean? This Christmas. Christmas present. I can't very well say Christmas past or Christmas yet to come. Hang on.
You're welcome.
Enter Buckingham's ghost, showing King Richard a vision from his youth. Buckingham. Do you recognize this place? Richard. It is Christmas at my Uncle Warwick's, and there his daughter Anne. How I loved her.
Annie, why do you cry?
Another idol has replaced me. I free you from our childhood bond of love.
You spurn me now, in my deformity.
I only ever loved the man inside, but now, for lust of crowns, that man has died.
happy grappling days of gore.
Frightened girls once betrothed to us will be fearing us once more.
Once he's king, he'll look really hot in leather. And to him you'll bow.
Until then, I'll have to muddle through somehow.
So crown yourself a bloody little monarch.
Just crown yourself a bloody little monarch.
I'll crown myself a bloody little monarch now.
Well done! Well done, everyone! Now take your 10. How do I do it?
Mark my words, boy. The rise of the working class will create a system whereby you and I can wield as much power as noblemen today.
Just think, one day even women will control powerful businesses and hold government offices.
Bite your tongue! I'm talking about social progress, not collective madness!
No, no, no. My point is that if the animal has left the body it ceases to be, hence dead, it is either one or the other, living or dead.
But what if the body continues to decay and rot, but the damned soul is still trapped in it?
Really, Dick? The living dead. It'll never sell.
Haven't you seen the way my cousin the Queen looks at you?
No, not really.
Oh, come on now. The frailness of your rich uncle, the firmness of your thigh.
Oh, what a waste of a perfectly good entrance.
Oh, I teach the wife once, I teach the wife twice, until I get the boy, I'll keep rolling the dice. Married to the single again.
Majesty.
Ah, Charlie!
Lord Hatton said you wished me to come to you again today?
Yes, Was that one of your troop dressed as my father?
King Henry VIII. Yes, that would be Lou. I hope your Majesty's not offended.
Why would I be offended? Just because he beheaded my mother, barred me from the throne, and married 4 more wives in search of a male heir?
I think your subjects are fortunate that you're a woman, my lady.
Do you?
That is to say that while you have the power of a man, you also possess the heart of a woman.
Oh, is it only my heart that is deserving of praise? Or not my other organs also worthy of adoration?
Majesty's parts are equally praiseworthy.
As are yours.
Your Majesty would not find the rest of me to her liking were she to inquire further.
Nonetheless, inquire I shall. Tell me, how did you come to be an actor?
I grew up in an orphanage, and I found it rather challenging. Acting allowed me to take on a different persona, one born from my imagination, not derived from my station in life. It allowed for a certain newfound freedom, Your Majesty.
Oh, from the gutter to the stage. How tragically romantic. And now here you are, entertaining the royal... me.
Actually, Majesty, I am clocked as Her Majesty Majesty have any business for me to attend to?
I do not require the services of a page at the moment.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
The services I require are much more personal.
Shall I fetch one of your ladies in waiting?
The task requires the expertise of a man.
One of your guards, perhaps?
You are the man!
I am the man.
Surely you find me appealing?
Your Majesty is very beautiful.
Well then!
Oh, Your Majesty flatters me, but it's not you, it's me.
What?
I really do want to please Your Majesty.
Yes?
But it would interfere with my acting process.
Acting process?
Yes. You see, I am deep in the throes of preparing to play Lady Anne, the Richard III heroine. It consumes me.
Oh, I confess the actor's art is a mystery to me, but surely a little before play would release some unnecessary tension.
I mustn't. Not until after the performance. Your Majesty must understand that to portray a woman truly, I must become a woman completely.
Really?
Not only her mannerisms, but what brings her pain, what brings her pleasure, her dreams, her desires, how she loves the feel of the slow, hot breath of a lover on the back of her neck. Wearing a bodice and skirt changes how you see the world and how the world sees you. Has Your Majesty ever worn a man's clothing?
Have I? I've never considered it.
Your Majesty might find it a revelation if a woman were to wear a man's clothing, it would be for her like stepping into a whole new world.
To become a different person, a man or woman every day upon the stage. How I envy you.
You should not envy me, Your Majesty. We all have our roles to play, and you were born to play yours. In ages to come, I believe young women will point to your reign as the moment in time when the world realized that a woman is no less than a man. Perhaps a bit more. Look, Your Majesty, I'm late for rehearsal. I beg your leave.
You may go. Charlie, I shall be quite glad when this Twelfth Night performance is over.
Why, Majesty?
Because after you've removed your dress, perhaps you can help me to remove mine. We can see how well your actor's process probes the depths of a woman's desires.
All right, settle down. Next. While Richard sleeps at Bosworth Field, he's troubled with visions of Christmas future, where his rival Richmond's son, who of course was our own Queen's father, King Henry VIII, is revelling in his own Twelfth Night celebration long after Richard is deposed and dead.
Spirit, will you two show me what is to come if the battle is not won?
Oh my! Look at that handsome king! It almost makes one hope that Richmond defeats me, crowns himself king, and then has an heir whose dynasty brings peace to our realm by overthrowing the chains of Rome and severing ties with the Pope!
Catholics roasting upon Atheists rights to the Pope. Monasteries gone, and the convents dispersed, their gold and silver forfeit to the throne.
All right, take you five.
Thank you, five.
Bravo!
Charlie, word.
Yes, Will?
What is going on with you? You look like you haven't slept in days. You were late to rehearsal.
I'm trying.
You must try harder.
I'm trying to save the theatre.
What are you talking about?
Hatton and his friends are passing a law to make theatres illegal.
You mean the Actors' Expulsion Act?
Last I'd forgotten about that.
You know about this? Yes, I've been helping him.
You've been helping him?
No. When I overheard the plans, I thought I could work in his employ to spy on him, but it's all gone wrong. Hatton wanted me to help him woo the Queen, but the Queen, I don't know what I did, but she loves me, sure.
What?
Well, you are her type. Male.
Hatton's hot for the Queen.
That froward, fobbing footlicker. In love with my cousin Charlie, I could kiss you. This is our chance to save the theatre, Will. We string Hatton along, convince him that the Queen loves him, then have him make an ass of himself in front of her. He'll lose his position, if not his head.
He can't do that! He's a good man, he just doesn't know it yet.
He's a
We've got a performance tomorrow night, and I haven't written the finale yet.
Oh, why even bother at this point?
Do you think King Harry said why bother when he faced 10-to-1 odds at Agincourt? Or horn dog Henry VIII said, I give up after his first wife proved barren? No! This is a command performance for our sovereign queen. Now this may turn out to be the last act of what might have been a golden age of theatre. And if King Richard's Revels is to be my poetic epitaph, my epilogue, my exeunt omnes, then let us storm the stage as if it were our final battle. Let us raise our standards high, unleash the dogs of words, and attack the audience with couplets of fire. Then, when the final curtain falls, we have taken our bows, received our laurels and our sovereigns. Then we shall make Hatton and his ilk rue the day they dare take on William Shakespeare and Company. Huzzah!
Will, you write your play. I'll come up with a plan that will drive Hatton mad. Charlie's already got him on the hook. All we need to do is reel him in. If we pull this off, we'll be toasting Charlie as the man who saved the theatre.
I'll do what I can, my lord.
Everyone, lines and cues, lines and cues. Dick, restock the pig's blood.
Oh.
Be back here at the crack of dawn to go over your sides for the finale. Now, we'll have to work quickly, so get some rest. Now, if you'll please excuse me, I need to complete a masterpiece.
Not using your head.
Kit, nothing. I've got nothing. They're all counting on me. What have I got? A third-rate king in a fourth-rate operetta featuring a chorus of the dead and decaying, celebrating Christ's birth. I need to show the Queen something new and daring for the finale.
I have found I always perform best with a firm deadline.
Of course you would. Well, that would be tomorrow on Twelfth Night.
Can you use that? What did Richard III want most in his stocking?
On the 12th night of Christmas, ambition sent to me.
12 spirits haunting.
11 warships landed.
10 lords betrayed.
9 soldiers dying.
8 blades of stabbing.
Seven friends are killing, 6 priests are slaying, 5 severed heads.
4 murderers, 3 henchmen, 2 smothered princes,
And the crown of the monarchy.
King Richard! King Richard! King Richard! Your stocking is empty. My lord! We are all run. All is lost.
A goose! My kingdom for a Christmas goose! I cooked the skewer!
Merry Christmas to all.
And God bless us, everyone!
show.
It's really inspired me to finish my chicken play.
Your page played a surprisingly convincing woman, Hatton.
Oh, I can't go through with it, Bollocks.
If you don't marry her, she'll cut us both off and kick us out of the castle.
What the Queen will have done of me!
Just tell her your uncle died and now you're rich enough to pay off all her debts.
But he hasn't died!
Don't be such a pessimist, he'll die any day! And besides, it's not about the money. She's a woman, and you're a man.
Oh, man?
A man! A poet! A dancer!
Yes, well, I suppose I am, rather.
Ox and bull!
Push and pull!
My lord, the moment has come. But first we have to get you into something more fashionable.
But you said I should strive to be true to myself.
Sometimes one must explore the closet. Believe me, I know how clothes may change a man.
So, tell me about yourself.
Your Majesty! May I have a this dance?
Dance, Lord Eddie, the dance has not yet begun.
I dance in anticipation, Your Majesty!
Oh, Mr. Shakespeare and Mr. Burbage. Bravo. Bravo, Vic. Tell me, how do you learn all those lines? Your mind must be as fit as your body is firm.
Actually, quite the opposite, Your Majesty. Will is always telling me that I'm the perfect actor precisely because there are so few thoughts cluttering up my brain.
I see, tell me, what else don't you think about?
School 6, where's Charlie?
He's taking care of Hatton as we speak. All you need to do is help us keep Hatton and Eddie apart.
I'll try, Bollocks. Your plan may just turn this whole thing round.
Ooh, a plan! I love a good plan!
No, Lord Edward, not plan. I said diaphragm. Only Richard has sprained his.
Oh, dear me.
Where is Dick, by the way?
Oh, he's off wooing the Queen here hard by. How can I compete with that model of manhood?
You just trust us, that old boy, and the Queen will be yours this very night, or my name isn't Bollocks. Come on. My Queen, may I begin the dance?
You may.
Majesty, Lord Eddie has a very great gift he would like to bestow upon you tonight.
I heard it was quite middling in length.
His wealthy Uncle Philemon died, and now Eddie is quite rich. He'd like to give you enough money to pay off your debt to the mayor.
What, all of it? What a sweet little man!
I did promise him a monopoly on the cross-garter trade, a seat on your privy council, and... Well, I was hoping you might be so grateful for this gift that you might entertain him privately tonight.
What if I have plans of my own, eh? Where's Charlie?
Your Majesty may or may not do whatever she wishes. However, as I hear it, Eddie's stamina is legendary.
Really?
Yes, he can recite his poetry for hours.
It makes some obstruction in the blood, this cross-gartering.
No, it forces the blood upward from the legs.
Upwards?
Just as your doublet forces it down. Thus it meets in your lower midsection, where it pools and gathers in your...
Yes, I see. Thank you.
Lord Hatton, you look absolutely splendid.
Your Majesty.
Lord Edward. I want to thank you for your most generous gift.
My gift?
Well, you're too fashionable to wear false modesty. Rest assured you shall be a welcome member of my privy council and shall enjoy all favours appertaining thereto, including unequalled access to my most private person.
The Privy Council? You honor me, Your Majesty.
Ah, Charlie, there you are. So, now that your dress is off, how does it feel to be in your pants? Majesty? Oh, you can speak freely. It's 12th night. The world is topsy-turvy. The cat can talk to the king.
But what would happen to the cat when the world found out he did more than talk to the king?
The world may never know, and the cat may enjoy a rich life as long as he doesn't bite.
I'll leave tomorrow with the players.
Come to me tonight. We'll play the queen and saucy page. Only I'll wear the pants and you the stockings.
I hate to disappoint Majesty, but you're just not my type.
No! Ma'am! Oh, Mr. DeMille. You find me attractive, do you not, my lord?
My queen, you are the star that makes the sun jealous.
Oh, that is nice. I was told your verse was quite good.
I spoke extempore, your majesty. It's just that when I think of you, everyday words fail to arrange themselves adequately to declare my feelings. I'm sorry I cannot believe I'm talking to you like this. You must think I'm a fool.
No, my lord. After all you have done for me, I think you're allowed to speak your mind. Would you care to join me in my private chambers tonight and proclaim your feelings for me at length?
But, your majesty, that would be improper.
Is it improper to follow the dictates of your heart? Is it improper to follow the command of your queen?
Yes, your majesty. I mean, no, your majesty. I will obey. Huzzah, my queen!
Oh, I must leave you all to your own revels. This has been a marvellous 12th night. My lord, I look forward to our meeting, and thank you again.
Our meeting? What meeting?
The Queen wants to visit you tonight in your chambers to let you woo her.
Really? In my chambers? Well, how about that?
She said she wishes to be wooed at length with your tongue.
Ooh.
Meaning she wants you to serenade her with your poetry.
Oh. Suppose it is rather good, isn't it?
Yes, yes. She said she especially likes the epic poems, the really, really long ones.
Ah, yes. I went abroad to take the air, and in the meads I met a knight, clad in carnation colour fair. I did salute
Yes, that one.
Well, which part in particular does she desire?
All of it.
Really? All 298 stanzas? The vixen! Well, tell her I will be waiting. I best go prepare.
Well done, Charlie. What did you say to snap at his gun?
That the Queen will visit him in his chambers.
Ah! He'll be waiting a long time. Not long enough for his uncle to die.
Why were Lords Hatton and Eddie dressed alike? Did they have the same tailor?
Charlie, what was the Queen saying to Hatton?
She invited him to her chambers.
Thinking he was Lord Eddie.
Thinking he was Lord Eddie.
And when he shows up instead, she'll have him locked in the tower.
What will they do to him in the tower, Master Shakespeare?
Oh, no worse than they intended to do to us, I suspect. Bollocks! I think it's high time you and I had that drink together.
Oh.
Richard, Charlie, you two.
Chamber in the royal guest wing.
Oh, bloody hell. Oh, well, duty calls. Please feel free to keep my bed warm for me until I return.
Your Majesty?
Hattie,
Is that you, my queen?
come here.
I've come as you asked. Are you in your bed? Your Majesty, I'm not sure I should be.
Come.
Oh! Your Majesty, I'm not sure I should. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh! Is she my choice? my ease, therefore? Is she my death? Is she my life also? Is she my salve? Is she my wounded soul?
Bravo!
Beg pardon, my queen, but it is not yet finished, this ode to my late cat. Miss Digglepaws. The best stanza is yet to come.
Oh.
And shall
Before you continue, I have to ask, after the ill health of your feeble, childless, and fabulously wealthy Uncle Philemon, I am so concerned for him.
Oh, thank you ever so much for your concern, Your Majesty. And I will tell you all about his current condition once I have finished the ode to Tiddlepaws. And shall I live on earth to be?
Oh, my queen. My queen? Oh, how can I be so happy and so ashamed at the same time? Lord, I have soiled my monarch. I am unclean, yet I love her. Is there not some mercy, some dispensation in that? Oh, my words fly up, my thoughts remain below my belt. Christopher Hatton! Of course, sir. One whom you have crossed swords with before, but knew not.
Who are you?
You, the heretic, the poet. Tonight you finally embraced the true essence of woman and saw the mind of God. Yes, it was wonderful, terrifying, and the poets were right.
So, am I an angel or a devil?
Oh, why do you torture me?
I have no need to torture you, for you will torture yourself until you realize love does indeed conquer all. Even death.
Love conquers all? What you... Where did... Can it be? She loves me. I will be courageous.
Hold thy peace, thou knave! Hold thy peace, thou knave!
There isn't a hand in the world big enough to hold my peace.
My lord, it was good knowing you. The theatre is at an end, and I helped kill it. Come on, admit it, both of you. That play was bollocks.
No. I'm bollocks.
Henry William Carey, Earl of Hunsdon and Baron Bollocks.
Yes, cuz.
Don't yes cousin me. That was an impertinent stunt you pulled on me last night.
Cuz. Majesty, I just thought it time you knew what the arrogant and prideful prick was really like. Oh, I hope you gave him what he deserved, a nice short trip to the tower. Oh, I wish I could have been there to see the look on his pinched little face.
I thought you liked Eddie.
Eddie?
Of course, you pie-faced sot. Are you so pickled that you don't remember your scheme to sell me off like some red heifer?
So you spent the night with Eddie and...
With Eddie? God, no. He was far too enamored of his own poetry to attempt to accost me. The only reason I agreed to play Cressida to your pathetic Pandress was because you said Eddie was loaded.
Yes, but...
he's not.
Well, no,
But you thought I'd enjoy myself nonetheless.
Well, we all know how you enjoy your suitors by the bucket load.
Suitors whom I choose. Not you. Not anyone else. Understood? Now, one more word out of you, and I'll strip you of a title.
Majesty!
Right! I have removed your bollocks, Lord Hunsdon. Do you wish to be completely excised from the peerage, or are you going to listen to me? This is a man's world, cuz, and I am not my father's son, I am his daughter. I realize the strengths and limits of my sex, while you are incapable of considering me as anything other than a voracious, fickle female vessel. The weaker sex. One title lost, only one left. The weaker sex, indeed. You and all your ilk think with your whiz and constantly underestimate me. All you see is Elizabeth, imperial courtesan of the castle, Jezebel of England, slut of the kingdom, leading on countless horny counts. To you, I am merely a promiscuous princess, providing, I am sure, hours of bawdy tavern discussion. Did you ever wonder what allows you and your friends to enjoy their plentiful pints by the hearths of the public houses of our peaceful land? It's Francois, Duke of Alençon, refusing to support an invasion from France because he thinks he's going to marry me. It's Archduke Charles of Austria refusing to ally with Spain against us because he thinks I'm his saucy English sausage, to whom he is secretly engaged. It's King Eric of Sweden who thinks his horrid gifts of lutefisk have won my heart and foreshadow our great union and the founding of a Swedo-British Empire. And above all, it's Francois, Charles, Eric, and about 24 assorted dukes, princes, and kings being so jealous of each other that they can't see past their own cod pieces, let alone beyond their borders. And meanwhile, here at home, the barons are bashing each other in their bold bids to bonk me, thus neglecting any ideas they may have had of uniting to usurp the crown. The result is a horny but divided Europe and a safe, secure England. Thus I govern and mete out justice. Those traitors whose heads have been spiked on London Bridge can attest I am quite adept at the latter. If my personal and political maneuvers to keep my people safe result in drunken sots such as yourself sniggering behind my back, then so be it. This audience is at an end.
Majesty, I was wondering, you see, I got quite used to my bollocks title, and I'm not asking to have it reinstated, but could I maybe swap out the earldom of Hunsdon for bollocks instead?
Cousin, I am going to keep your bollocks tightly in my royal hand, as a reminder to you to never ever cross me again. Now you may leave me, Lord Hunsdon.
Good morning, Your Majesty.
You came with more paperwork finalizing the Lord Mayor's loan?
No, I just wanted to.
Well, spit it out! I'm sorry if I snapped. I'm completely exhausted this morning.
Yes, me too. Last night
I never even made it to bed last night. I fell asleep on the divan in the royal guest room while listening to the Lord of Oxford prattle on with his latest tome of sonnets.
You never made it to bed last night?
Where's that page of yours, Charlie? Charlie!
Majesty, Boy! Where did you get this?
From you, my lord. You were in such a hurry to go this morning. You left it in bed with me.
Tolly, could you help me? I've lost one of the 7 heads and I've spilled a bucket of pig's blood everywhere.
Just coming.
Oh, good Lord, Oh my.
Well, what have we here? I suspected it all along, Hattie. But don't look so shocked. You're in good company. Besides me, there's the Earl of Southampton, and probably Will Shakespeare himself, judging from those saucy sonnets of his. But I am not... She had, or seemed to have it, and she didn't have it. At least I don't think so. Anything can happen in the dark. But I mean, we definitely... Oh my God! Remember, it was your first time. There's nothing wrong with you. Just because this blasted, repressed society can't understand you. Bloody hell, they couldn't understand me, but I didn't give a pig's ass. No. He is a fool who does not love boys and tobacco. That's what I always say. Come now. It doth get better. In about 400 years.
Thank you, Lou, Aloysius. Fine work. See you back at the theatre. Whitehall, we could have been so good for each other. I could have shown you so much. Crowns won and lost, love requited and and you could have made me rich.
And what about fame?
Fame! Fame can be bought. Gold has to be earned. Kit, what are you doing appearing in broad daylight?
I've come out of the closet, Will. You won't believe what I found there.
The iron codpiece.
I will always remember my first, last, and greatest performance here at Whitehall.
You were magnificent. What happens now?
We set fire to the theatre and collect the insurance money. What else? It's been a good run. And Dick, I have to say, you are the finest actor I've ever worked with. Perhaps the finest of our age.
I don't get it.
Get what? It's a compliment.
You mean there's no hidden insult or double meaning?
Merry Christmas, Dick.
Majesty, you cannot allow them to do this.
With all due respect, Your Majesty, you have no choice. Once this bill is signed by your Lord Chancellor, the law is his to enforce. Unless Your Majesty wishes to dissolve the government and face open revolt.
Is that a threat?
Merely an observation.
I do not wish it.
Your Majesty?
Ah, Master Shakespeare, you are leaving us?
Alas, I'm afraid we shall all be making our final bow and retiring to the country, Your Majesty.
We shall all rest the better for it.
Thank you, and your men, for their entertainments last night. It was bold, perhaps a bit too bold. I think we'd better leave King Richard's revels buried with his bones under those carriage stables in Leicester, shall we?
As you wish, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, are you really going to let them close us down?
Her Majesty has no choice. It is the will of the government. It is the will of God.
Mr. Shakespeare, you delivered as promised, and you should be paid. I'll have Hatton write you out an IOU. Hattie!
Madam, you have done me wrong, notorious wrong.
Excuse me?
Did you not bring these thespians into your house during this most hallowed time of year?
I did.
And did you not force me to endure their song, dance, and revelry?
Of course, but that's what the season calls for.
Did you not ask me to close the theatres throughout London because they were seducing your subjects away from their homes, their wives, children, and churches so that you could take more loans from the merchants' fat pockets?
That was not my idea.
Do whatever it takes. Those were your exact words.
Oh, it's never my intent.
Well, here it is. The AEA. You, Mr. Shakespeare, will face total annihilation with its passing. And as for you, Dick, what trade could possibly satisfy you after playing kings and heroes before multitudes of adoring fans?
I'm quite good at Morris dancing.
And you, boy, a lowly actor with no parent, no patron, no prospects, you will face the worst fate of all. So this is what I think of the Actors' Expulsion Act. And this is what I think of the Lord Mayor and his parsimonious Puritans. Oh. Merry Christmas! And a Happy New Year!
You are not fit to wear our robes. Oh, this is truly a den of iniquity. Your Majesty, you will now feel the full weight of the citizenry. You will shut down the monarchy at once. And both of them must suffer the full penalty of the law.
Hattie, I'm surprised at you.
I confess my part, Your Majesty, but Charlie is innocent. I corrupted
Your
him.
Majesty, the Lord Chancellor is lying.
Oh.
Oh!
I'm sorry I deceived all of you. But most of all, I'm sorry I deceived you, Christopher.
You are relieved of your duties as my page.
I understand.
But perhaps I can offer you another position as my wife?
Chris.
As I pride myself on being ahead of the audience.
I apologize for the deception, Master Shakespeare.
Oh, that's quite all right. I just wish I'd recognized earlier how good an actor you really are.
Thank you.
I shall miss acting. It was a privilege to recite your poetry. I shall be sure to tell my children and my grandchildren all about you and my time here at Whitehall.
Thank you, Charlotte. What do I call you now?
Charlotte Clementine Dickens.
Well, my good Lord Mayor, it looks as if this is nothing more than youthful exuberance at work here. And being that it is the holidays, I think we must forgive those in love.
Lord Hatton may have disgracefully changed his opinion about actors on the stage, but the aldermen and merchants have not. We, the upright and godly, will commence shutdown of the royal coffers immediately. Good day.
Lord Mayor!
Your Majesty, my lord, I think this might require a businessman's touch, if I may speak.
If you feel it will do any good.
I will not be addressed by this heathen playmaker.
Lord Mayor, are you familiar with an establishment known as the Iron Codpiece? Located at 351 Bum Church Alley in Lower Mudchute.
I have no knowledge of such a place.
Really? Well, according to depositions by Toothless Helga, journeyman whipmonger, and Filthy Frida, apprentice chain oiler.
Now that I think of it, Your Majesty, I believe I have found a compromise whereby we can keep the theatres open.
And the Queen's debt to the city, say, halved?
Halved!
Or perhaps cancelled entirely?
No, halved! I mean, yes, halved! Your Majesty, would it please you let me take my leave?
Of course, my good Lord Mayor. And may I offer you a coach to Lower Mudchute?
Well, that won't be necessary, Your Majesty.
Now I think it's time to deal with you, cousin. If you want to remain under my roofs, there will need to be changes.
Of course, Your Majesty. However, I'm afraid that I shall not be in London much longer.
Why is that?
You see, the London lifestyle I've become accustomed to has exceeded my means.
What? I have some unbelievable news! I feel a deus ex machina coming on. My uncle died! And there it is.
Really? Yes! And I'm rich! We can both stay in London, attend the theatre, drink as much as we want. We'll go see plays every night. Hell, I might even pen a few of my own!
In that case, I've decided that, in recognition of your service to the crown, Mr. Shakespeare, your troupe be henceforward called the Lord Chamberlain's Men, under my good cousin, Lord Bollocks.
You mean Hunsdon?
Oh, yes, right. Deep down, however, you'll always be my hairy bollocks.
That is very generous of you, Your Majesty, but I'm afraid I cannot accept it.
Will, bloody
Sorry, Dick. It's time I returned to the country and faced my responsibilities. Your Majesty, my lords, it was an honor to play for you, however briefly, but my revels now are ended. My only regret is that my last work did not live up to my expectations.
No.
It was very nice.
What? Well, St. Gertrude's Garters. No, I really do need a drink. Come along, Dick. Drinks are on Devere.
Lord Hatton, Charlie?
Charlotte, Your Majesty.
Charlotte.
Yes, Charlotte. Well, I wish you two a very happy life together. It is a pity, though. You were a fine actor.
Thank you, Your Majesty. But we all have roles to play, both on and off the stage. Majesty, if I may, I know you have everything you could wish for, but perhaps you might find some use for these. Merry Christmas, Your Majesty.
Merry Christmas. Oh, how exciting. Oh, pants! Well, Happy New Year.
Diary of William Shakespeare, final entry. January the 7th, 1594. We are once again penniless, and after that ridiculous Hunchback musical, I have to face the truth. I am a failure.
Master Shakespeare, Mr. Tosspot and Mr. Stench are here to see you. It's about a financial
As
matter.
I send them in, Al.
Mr. Shakespeare, this will only take a minute of your time. I'm Mr. Tosspot, and this is Mr. Stench. We of the
South Bank
Society
Society
for
for
the
the Prevention of Poverty and Pernicious Penury. Yes, yes, gentlemen, I have an excellent memory. I'm also apparently a cheap bastard who frequently takes food out of the mouths of itsy-bitsy babies. And now that the theatres are up and running once again, here you are, like carrion birds on the wing, to pick my pockets clean.
Well, actually...
Well, I'll save you the trouble, Messrs. Tosspot and Stench, for our coffers are once again empty.
Well, on behalf of the SBSP Triple P, I bid you a very happy New Year. Yeah, Mr. Stench.
Indeed, Mr. Tosspot. And God bless you, Mr. Shakespeare. Oh, and God bless you too, Dick.
Oh, God bless you, Jack. Ha! My friend. Oh, hello, Will. I see they dropped off the first instalment.
First install... Dick, what is this all about?
Well, it's quite simple, Will. I convinced Lord Eddie to build an orphanage for the SBSP Triple P. So while they're building it, I offered to rent the theatre as a part-time orphanage.
You what?
We're closed 12 hours a day. The theatre will sleep at least a lot. The rent covers food, lodging, all various and sundries, and we still make a healthy profit. And I was thinking, it might be nice for the company to teach the orphans a little reading and writing, expose them to some poetry, maybe even a little sword play. I'm thinking of calling it Count Shakespeare. Think of it as an opportunity to invest in our future audiences, Will.
You've really thought this through, haven't you?
And the best part is, the steady income will make up for slower sales as we remount your older plays, giving you time to work up something new, eh? Oh, and the Queen sent this over. She says she won't take no for an answer.
The royal patent. Richard, you are not only a genius, you have a great heart. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Will. See you later.
Scratch that last bit. The theatre lives once more. Now that we are operating under royal patronage, we are free from the muck-raking politicians. I say in the free marketplace, let men and women choose where to put their treasure, into the coffers of the church or into the poet's purse. Hello, Kit.
Damn it! How did you know? My espionage skills must be slipping.
Either that, or as I've been saying all along, you're dead.
Impossible. I'm an atheist. Can't be a ghost. Wouldn't be able to believe in myself.
Yes, well, with your ego, you certainly never had a problem with that before.
Very funny.
Honestly, Kit, when it comes to faith in spirits, I think the beliefs of the dearly departed themselves are rather moot. I mean, I'm the one seeing you, listening to you.
Of course, because I'm alive.
Then run at the wall and prove to me you won't pass right through it.
Which wall?
1, 2, 3. That one, the fourth one.
I don't want to.
Ah.
I mean, I'll just hurt myself if I run at a wall. It's a silly notion.
I see.
Will, what? Do you mean what you said about me not being that good?
Kit, I was in a bad mood. I'm sorry if I was snappy. You were, or are, a brilliant playwright. I mean, your plays sold out consistently, didn't they?
Well, yes, but what you said about paper-thin characters, I have to confess, I think you're right, Will. I mean, people loved my Jew of Malta, but the Jew himself, well, he didn't feel...
Like a real person?
No, not at all.
I confess that I hoped the audience wouldn't even notice with all the excitement of poisoning a convent full of nuns.
And you're right, they didn't.
Yes. But now it bothers me. How do you do it, Will? Make your characters feel so alive.
All right, kid, look. A character shouldn't be just a mouthpiece for your ideas. Your Jewish bishop, for example, is a person with blood in his veins, same as you and me. Or at least me. He lives and works with real merchants in a real city. Venice.
Malta.
Merchants of Malta, merchants of Venice, what have you. In any case, actual people, actual circumstances. The drama of life should be the model for the drama of the stage.
You mean study real people and make my characters talk and interact with each other like real people do?
Well, yes.
But real people are idiots! They require larger-than-life characters to beat them over the head with my lectures, for example.
Kid! The only reason people come to your shows is to see blood, sex, and gore.
No. Don't you see, a spoonful of sensation makes the pedagogy palatable.
Let's just test that theory. Lou! You ever seen any of Marlowe's plays?
Oh, yes, we're all of them. They're brilliant.
Ah, so then you agree with and understand his dual philosophy of nihilistic Epicureanism and the universal seduction of power and pleasure unbounded by moral constraints.
No, I just like the blood, sex, and gore.
He just snubbed me. Comes right out with that without a good day, how are you, kid, and leaves.
Either that or he can't see you because
Yes, you keep saying that. Look, let's just drop the subject.
Fine with me. I've got a new play to write. But where to start?
An old friend of mine once told me the drama of life should be the model for the drama of the stage.
Ah, yes. Throw my own useless words back at me. All right, then. Let's take the past few days. A puritanical steward drives a drunkard crazy, so the drunkard and his cronies plot revenge by convincing the steward that his socially superior mistress is in love with him. Toss in a cross-dressing young woman and hilarity ensues. What the bloody hell would they even call it?
How about simply Twelfth Night?
12th Night.
Or what you will. Merry Christmas, Will.
Happy New Year to you, kid. 12th Night. It was quite funny. And then he put on the cross garden. Though in retrospect we were a little harsh with the man. Hang on, kid, this could work. Kid,